What's up everybody, Dan here from the Headwaters Kayak Shop, and today we're doing something really fun. I've been working with the Kayak Hipster on this idea for a while. If you guys don't follow Kayak Hipster, let me start by saying you need to go check out his channel. He's one of my favorite YouTubers on the planet. He just geeks out about kayaks in a way that really vibes with me. And so when he hit me up about this project, I was totally in. The concept was, let's go out and see what we can find on the used marketplace. Let's give ourselves a sub $1,000 budget and shop around and see what sort of classic or really cool used kayaks we can find. So he did his part. He went out and found a really awesome old school Greenland style Impex kayak, and he did a video on that last week on his channel. And after a couple weeks of searching around, this is what I found, and I'm so excited to show it to you guys. So when the Kayak Hipster approached me with this idea, the first thing that popped in my mind is I've actually really been wanting a big, high volume touring kayak that I can do some camping with. Something that was long, that was fast, had good capacity. I'm a bigger guy, I'm 6'2", 220 pounds. So I wanted something with a little room for myself. So I started shopping around. And this was one of the first things that popped up. When I saw it, I just knew I had to have it. It's super unique kayak. Let me show you around. So this is a Dagger kayak Sitka. This one was made in 2002, although they made it for a few years before that. Dagger was never really known for their composite kayaks, but there was a season where they made some incredible composite kayaks. Things like the Dagger Meridian, for example. The Sitka was the second one in the range. The Meridian was like a 16-foot, light touring, more playful. The Sitka was really designed for bigger people and for hauling gear. You see how it's got the big, huge 17-inch front hatch, 17-inch rear hatch, 8-inch day hatch. Everywhere in this boat is just voluminous. One thing I really love how they did on this boat is they actually put a little vinyl dry bag for the day hatch. Kind of cool, different idea. The hatches are both massive. And from what I've heard, these things were built like tanks. Everyone that I've talked to about the old Dagger said they were just built to be indestructible. It's definitely not a lightweight boat, but that's okay. I'd rather have something that's gonna last a lifetime and, you know, continue serving me for years to come. And then if I decide to sell it, it'll serve somebody else for years to come. So one thing I love about old composite boats is they don't really die, they just get better. And maybe they get some more glass added to them as you need to repair them or whatever. A couple of unique things that I really dug about this was the built-in keel/rudder. So this rudder is actually locked in place. It doesn't move unless you come up here and you pull this little lever. All right, you pull this lever, you hook it on this little hook. There you go. And then what that does, it disengages the rudder, and now the rudder can steer and move. It's a unique rudder system. You don't see that very often. Usually it's a blade that hangs off the back. But what this does is it gives you good tracking when you need it and gives you lots of maneuverability and playfulness when you want it. And in a touring kayak, when you're just trying to go point A to point B and you've got a load, that's really what you want. So I've never really messed with the composite sea kayak with this kind of rudder in it, but I'm really looking forward to trying it out and seeing how it performs. So as I look it over, there's probably a few things that I'll change out, but for the most part, this kayak's pretty serviceable. It looks like the guy went ahead and put new deck bungees on it. There's all sorts of little lines attached to the boat. I don't know the story on what that was about. I don't know what the story on what this is about, but some of these things, I don't know. Some of these things I will probably end up taking off. This old funky compass. I mean, if that thing still works, I might just keep it around, you know? Paddle in the bay, you always want to run a compass anyway. These are spare paddle holders that came with it. You know, I'll definitely take those off. There are better systems out there in this day and age. But all in all, it's a really cool looking boat. 18 foot, still plenty of rocker profile. And from what I hear, it's actually pretty playful. You know, it's not a total just straight ahead, long distance North American style boat. It sort of has a little bit of British influence. And again, the rudder is really interesting. I've never played with anything like that. I'm excited to check that out. I also like the fact that it's got tow control, gas pedal style rudder that goes forward and backwards as opposed to pushing. So what I don't want to have happen is a foot pedal that moves when I push on it. I want something solid. So I really like the tow control style foot pedals. So when I'm driving through my legs trying to maneuver the boat, I'm not losing power and I'm keeping my connection with the kayak. So my plan with this thing is to go through it all, clean it all up, make sure it's all in working order, and then take it on a trip. Take it for a few paddles and maybe even do, you know, a 3 or 4 day trip out of it just to see how it does for its intended use. So stick around, watch the channel. Kayak Hipster and I are going to be going back and forth. So thanks for hanging out with us today. Until next time, you guys, this is Dan from Headwaters Kayak Shop, wishing you happy paddling. We'll see you on the next one.